Hey everyone, it is Tuesday today, which means it's time for another video. Today we will create our own market. I will place this next to the church, because there is still some room there. And there's also a small path, so settlers will actually walk through the market. Anyways, let's get started. A couple weeks ago I showed you how to build your own church. But for this market we have to change it a bit. The tower of the church is now in the back and we have to put it in the front. Why we have to do this will be clear in a minute. And as you can see, my settlers are totally not doorway blocking a-holes.
Oh my god, move!
After changing the church, we can place the canopies. For this I use a fairly new mod, but more about that later. As you can see, the corners in this canopy are pretty high. That is why we changed the church earlier. Now it looks like it's actually attached to the church. After placing the canopies, I place some columns for support.
Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear a pitter pat? And that happy tune is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street.
Now it's time for decorations. I start with placing some barrels. These are from the Far Harbor DLC. If you don't have it, I highly suggest it. It's a great DLC with a great story. It's way better than anything from Creation Club, that's for sure. I decided that one of the market stalls will be a little fish market. So besides adding some barrels and crates, I will also add some fish racks, a scale and a boat. And because this is a fish market, I also want to add a seller to it that actually is from Far Harbor. And oh boy, did it take long for me to get one seller from there. I had to complete multiple missions just to get a settlement there.
Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street.
Well, the fish market is done. Next up is a little hardware shop that sells hammers, wrenches and other tools. I actually already have a settler ready for this shop that can actually sell things. His name is Smiling Larry and he is an NPC Encounter that you can send to a settlement if your charisma is high enough. For the clutter I'm placing, I use a mod called OC Decorator. It's fairly known. Oh yeah, now I mention it, I want to talk about mods for a second. Lately I've gotten some replies asking what mods I use or what my mod list is. First of all, thanks for those comments, it's much appreciated. And because you asked, I will make a special video for next week, showing all the mods I have and telling you what they do.
Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street.
Well, the hardware shop is done. I still have one market stall left, and it took me a long time to decide what to build there. After some time, I decided to turn it into a little Brahmin pen. At first I wanted to close it off, but because my Brahmin is not just an everyday Brahmin, but a teleporting one, I had to make it open. Now the Brahmin can come and go whenever it feels like it. I tried to find a mod that would make the Brahmin stay in one place, but there sadly weren't any. But yeah, that is it, our own marketplace. I hope you enjoyed this build, and if you do, then make sure to give it a like. And if you want to see more realistic settlement builds, then subscribe to my channel. My name is Tuesday, and I will see you next time.